All right, welcome. We're doing my name's Tom Parker. We're doing our first level 3 video session. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Brandon Rodenbeck. He and I work together here at PGA West. We're both golf professionals here, and in fact, I think Brandon just enrolled in the PGM program.
I did. Looking forward to it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're going to have a lot of fun with it. He'll be in the whatever the next one is, 3.0. I'm in 2.0, so but you'll have a lot of fun with that.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
So thanks very much for helping me out and participating with this.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. It's
All right.
going to be a great time.
To start off, tell me a little bit. I mean, part of the reason for one of these sessions is to gain rapport. You and I already have that because
Sure.
we've been working together for 3 or 4 years now.
Absolutely.
4
yeah.
years.
4
yeah.
years.
4 years.
Yeah. Great.
We've never played golf together.
This is true.
Though you've asked me many times, and I've always reneged. But
Likewise, though, just
You know.
never made it happen.
But work gets in the way sometimes.
Oh yeah, it'll do
But
that.
tell me a little bit about your golf game. Tell me what kind of scores you shoot.
Sure.
The kind of shape of your shots. Your handicap if you've got one. Things like that.
Absolutely. So at a point, I got down to scratch. But
Okay.
now, at this time, I'd say I'm about a 3, maybe a 4 handicap. I don't have an established one at this time.
Okay.
With the pandemic, I haven't been able to post too many scores or play
Nah,
a whole
yeah, none
lot
of
or
us
keep
have,
it going.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're doing best with what we can. I typically have a draw swing. I will definitely hit the ball pretty high with my irons, my woods. I tee the ball up a little bit higher with my woods, with my higher ball flight originally anyway, and tend to hit it a little bit right to left.
Okay.
My misses would be farther left, but I typically hit
Would
a
that
straight
be a
or
miss
right
be
to
a
left.
pull or be a more pronounced draw, a hook?
A more pronounced draw, but
Okay.
more like a hook. That would
Okay.
be my miss.
Okay.
If I try to really get after one, my miss would be a straight pull, just from power coming too far left.
Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. In terms of your goals, I mean, I know that you're going into the program, and that's one of your goals is to become Class A.
Yes, sir.
But goals for the game of golf, I mean, are you looking to play competitively in section events? You probably tried to qualify for USAM. You may have done that in the past or whatever.
Sure.
Those kinds of competitive goals, or is it more, I want to get my overall game in place so that I can become a better instructor, a better,
What
What-
kind of avenue I want to go down?
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. So for the most part, I would like to get back to scratch. If anything, I would love to be a plus handicap,
Yeah.
handicap golfer. That's ultimately the goal for myself for playing ability.
Yeah.
But more so would be to be a pronounced good teacher with a good handicap. Could draw in a lot of students. I feel like people think you know what you're talking about a little bit more with the Class A as well.
Right.
So
And if you have a lower, if you're a 14 handicap and you're trying to teach a 7,
it might be.
sometimes it gets a little,
Yeah, absolutely. They might look at you twice.
Although, I mean, it doesn't necessarily correlate playing ability with good teaching ability. There's a lot more going into it in terms of the ability to communicate, diagnose, provide prescriptions, be able to help with drills and stuff like that, for instance. Doesn't necessarily mean that the best teachers are also the best golfers,
Oh, absolutely.
or vice versa.
Oh yeah, and like you said, one of the goals then with that is being able to be a plus handicap golfer is also, would like to be a head professional.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the goal that I would like to do. I've never tried to play for any of the USAM qualifiers or anything like that. I did play college golf
Okay.
back in Wisconsin where I grew up, loved it, but realized I'm not the player that could play weekly, and go out there and get after it and really try and get on
Okay.
the
Okay.
tours. So for me, that's not really one of the things I'd like to do.
Mhm.
Having a good game would be awesome for the option to play in a couple of those amateurs or
Yeah.
local events just to keep the game up and
Okay.
meet local people.
Okay. Perfect. Good. Good. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You look like you're about 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
Probably like 95 pounds, 100 pounds.
Yeah, when standing up straight, I'm about 6'2", and I weigh about 160,
Okay.
maybe 165. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my one leg weighs 165, but
Yeah.
besides that,
Yeah.
any kind of, have you ever had, surgeries? You ever had, injuries? Anything that you kind of look at when you're playing? Do you play other sports?
Sure. So
what other sports do you play?
I grew up a 4-sport athlete playing baseball, which drive me into getting the neck into playing golf.
Yeah, yeah.
Growing up in the Midwest.
Okay.
But I also played basketball and soccer,
Uh-huh.
and actually blew out my left knee playing basketball in 5th grade back in
Wow.
Wisconsin. So tore it, meniscus, MCL, ACL. But
Ouch.
being that young and not being able to grow, could only do partial surgery. So didn't
Oh,
get
yeah.
everything fully repaired, but it did heal over time. It does every once in a while give me a little bit of grief when it gets cold playing, but living in the desert here, the heat, it's probably the best place for me to play.
Okay.
So it's doing really well.
All right.
Other than that, I have just a little bit of scoliosis, just a couple degrees though, nothing
All right.
nothing
All right.
severe.
Okay.
So other
No,
than that, I'm pretty healthy.
no shoulder issues.
No, I do tend to slouch just a little bit, but that's just natural on myself.
Because you're tall.
Yeah, that's about it.
And if the clubs aren't up to that, you're gonna learn to slouch more.
Oh yeah,
from that.
absolutely.
And then you're sitting at a golf counter, and it's below you. You're gonna slouch for that too.
Sure.
Totally understand.
Natural adaptation. I have had, a wrist problem as well. So my thumb is quite large, if you can kind of see here from.
Oh yeah. I noticed that.
Yeah, it's just blood built up basically from dislocating it numerous times. But the first, but the first was so severe that basically
Have you done anything on the grip?
my
You
grip is
changed this-
stronger. My grip is definitely stronger.
On that, but what I was thinking about was the size of the club grip. Have
Sure.
you changed that at all because your thumb?
I
hurt?
have updated my grips. Instead of the stock standard, I put an extra grip tape and mid-size. So basically,
So
in a
it's
sense,
like-
there's 4+ wraps.
Yeah, you're a shade, larger than mid-size.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got one extra wrap for that,
Okay.
and it has helped loosen my grip where I don't feel like I have to, over grip the club now because that grip's a little bit larger. It can fill the void there in my hand a little
Okay.
bit easier.
Okay, well, perfect. So what I heard was, that you're an athletic individual, played a lot of sports.
Yes.
So, and the sports that you played, especially baseball, good eye-hand coordination from that. Soccer as a good, coordination of athletic ability, whatever.
Or mobility.
Mobility,
Maybe flexibility a little bit as well.
Basketball, I agree with that. Golf is probably the least athletic. No, I'm just kidding. Probably, in my opinion, the hardest, but whatever.
Oh, sure.
On that. But so since you're an athletic individual, you're on the taller side, you have good weight distribution